Welcome to my YouTube channel AI Vision News. How are you dosto? Every day about 1500 flights go to Europe from USA and most of them use only special roads over the Atlantic Ocean. There is a kind of ship called Oka Invisible Highway in which all the ships fly back and forth at a distance of 60 kilometers from each other. Their distance is 30 kilometers altitude. If we talk about it, then they would be only 1000 feet above and below each other. Means poor 365 details. You must have experienced it yourself or seen a video in which multiple planes come very close to each other in the sky, as is seen in the flight to Europe, in which invisible highways are used. But there is a question. When the entire sky is empty, the pilots would have used only this particular route in 3101 risk situations by staying close to each other. Once had sent several weather balloons into the sky for research purposes. They noticed that 30 to 40,000 feet Kelly. There is an invisible force in the sky on Tut, which would have made the balance go east at a speed of 10. Not much attention was paid to his research in the world. But then, after 25 years, something happened during World War II due to which the world started taking seriously the research done by scientists. In April 1995, my friends went to the American state of Oregon for a picnic and saw a huge balloon lying in the forest. They got excited and grabbed it, but little did they know that what they were actually going to say was that there was a bomb attached to it. Johal June to Bhatpara and friends from Jammu are in trouble. Many more incidents of this type should also be reported in the whole as. In the investigation, it came to know that these balloons were launched 1000 kilometers away across the Pacific Ocean, not just 2 or 4, but the Japanese had launched around 1000 balloon bombs, out of which 300 would have been their target, Maryland. By taking advantage of the research of Japan and Saguruashi, these balloons were launched which went up to us while flowing in strong winds, that is, from then on 30 to 40,000 feet above are called jet streams of strong winds. It's been almost a whole year. These cones have been noticed traveling towards the east at a maximum speed of 2.5 kilometers per hour and also travel in the form of YouTube, whose climb would have been a few hundred kilometers whereas the larger one would have been 4 kilometers. It is a matter of women that they have no fixed location. Institutes believe that due to the difference in pool solar equipment, these winds are generated. When the hot air of a watt travels towards the pole, jet streams are generated, but if the air travels from the equator to the North Pole, then it should go from south to north. Why do other jet streams travel towards west and east? The biggest reason for this is being said to be the rotation of the Earth. We Earth garib solso kilometer with the speed of r in anti-clockwise direction I rotating towards the best j east no to and automatically me for these strong winds should travel towards Bolki. But Earth rotation is forcing them to travel west and east. Now let's come to our main question. Like our main question, to go to Europe on 15th June, only one thing in a day. In 1952, airline pilots using jet streams began to pay attention. Just as the stream goes over the Pacific Ocean, similarly there are jet streams over the Atlantic Ocean during the journey from America to Europe. On both journeys, the pilots used to take the ship inside the jet stream by taking their lives. That friends, the wind of 50 kilometers absconding used to push the ship forward. This would increase the speed of the ship. Tulsi used to be reduced and Sahib hay fuel would also have saved a lot. Similarly, if you do not want to go back to Europe, then the pilots would have used any other road and would have stayed away from the jet stream because now these winds used to be in the upside direction, which had the opposite effect on the ship. Time passed and the airline industry increasingly started using jet streams to go towards homebound pilots. But the biggest mass of traffic used to be filled inside jet streams. Due to which an accident can also happen. This work was done by the air traffic controller, that according to the father, he made a flight plan that any ship would play with each other inside the jet streams. We all know that the air traffic control tower used to date the location of the retirees. Based on location, which plane will fly at what altitude and at what speed, etc. would manage all this only after going to their location. But the issue is that the range of these radar is not that much. They can detect the position of ships with a maximum range of 128 kilometers. He scolded that the range of New York is only as much as the circle whose radio is 128 kilometers. As soon as the ship goes out of the circle, the radar becomes yes, so how will you know the location of the ship? Ocean is thousands of kilometers. The first thing that happened was that the ships flying above it sent their position to the control tower through satellite or high radio frequency every 14 minutes. In these 14 minutes any accident can happen. That's why in 19605 one new system should be produced. It is also called the Atlantic Organized Track System or NAT-OTS. In this system, multiple road patches were made for America-Europe January flight. JINCO controls 4 main centers in the Atlantic Ocean. The New York station that controls it. The second number is the Kadka calendar of Newfoundland, which controls this region. Chemaria Oceanic control from this too, and Sanic Nandan readers notice that there are totalche routes named NAT till takeoff. Pilot locates one of these routes before takeoff or even on repeat if there is more traffic yes to them. For more interesting and knowledgeable video please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thanks dosto.